of Bitcoin Analytica. This is your host, Joe Saz, and today we're going to talk a bit about what's happened over the course of the weekend, obviously getting the beginning of the week print and see what we can gather as far as what's going to happen this week and maybe even catch some CME gaps. So let's take a quick look. Hope everyone's having a fantastic night, day, wherever you are. And here we are on screen share. All right, so man, this is actually pretty crazy. We've been going sideways. Obviously, it was a relatively calm weekend, and other than today, which is what we expect on Sundays. Keep in mind, we always expect action on Sundays to be a little more extreme and Fridays, because those are when you get weekly candle opens and closes. The weekly candle is what a lot of long-term traders use to make their buying and selling decisions, and they're the easiest to manipulate on the days where that candle information is printed. So over the course of the day, we've had a stiff move to the upside, negating a long, slow, steady grind down with a couple strong pumps in that direction with a good bit of reversal. This is good to see that there's still a fight going on down here. The whole time we've been consistent with 2.5 to 5 band signals, which is a light trend bias signal. And we have also been consistent lately over the past few hours with 1 to 2.5 band signals, which are all trade band signals. Now, this is really tough to trade. When you get a lot of consistent signals like this with a trend bias, you kind of take it more as a trend bias than an attempt to be picking scalps. But right now, it looks like you might have had an opportunity, but it's very risky to take. We've had a full retrace of this entire move. Started with the massive move down, turned into a reversal candle, and we came up from top to bottom, from bottom to top. We came up around 2%, which isn't that significant right now. And we've had a full retrace over approximately the same amount of time. So the psychology is a little bit interesting to me to see that people are just playing tug of war right now at a range where a lot would argue that this is an absolute steal. Buy Bitcoin, we should be in the 30 to 40,000 range, and that's where we should be camping out. So I'm definitely curious as to why we're not getting more buying action, but obviously some fundamentals going on in the background could be causing this. We were opening with the CME gap. Looks like whatever we had before has been closed. So no CME gaps. In fact, there was, and it was immediately filled. So I still think CME gaps are very relevant. The unfortunate truth is we have one overhead that's been hanging out up there for quite some time. Usually they fill pretty quick. And we have a second very small gap, maybe a $15 gap up there in the high $31,000 range. But what we're dealing with now also is we're kind of floating in outer space between our CME gap local at 29,130 overhead and 21,110 down below, which has been around for quite some time. It's been around since March. So we have a CME gap to the downside that probably needs filling. Very possible that that's the direction we're headed in. Looking at Bitcoin on the daily, we're floating below the 200-day moving average. In fact, we're floating below all of our moving averages, short, intermediate, and long-term moving averages, with a death cross of the short and intermediate term happening today, right now, and an intermediate long-term death cross coming in the next probably week, 2 weeks. So there's definitely a lot going on right here. I don't like the fact that all we've done is really climb up a bit and buy our way out of a bottom into a pretty exciting move up. And now that we've stalled, we've had a straight up fall off a cliff, followed by an attempt to get back our head back above the water and continuous sideways action with the moving averages now flipping bearish. So this is definitely not a good sign with that CME gap down below at 20K. Looking at something like silver, yeah, it's been grinding. It's been moving down, and now it's sitting pretty low, $23 flat relative to 24 something. Above, it is a higher low until otherwise noted. So hopefully this was just a little bit of a little market behavior, little sell off that's going to get flipped around. And, if we can maintain a higher low, then I think we're all good. So as long as we can keep making higher lows, that's still bullish in trajectory. If you were to draw a trend line and you were to connect multiple points to it, and you would see that it's slightly ascending, that's still bullish to me. So we are getting a bit of that in something like silver. We're still getting that. We haven't made lower lows in Bitcoin yet either. So right now it's just kind of a very long, drawn out channel with slightly bullish tones still. And all we need to do is grind our way back up, get the sellers, back off their confidence that price is going lower. And then we'll be able to reestablish a price zone and where I think it should be, probably above $30,000. We probably should have made it higher by now. I think this summer was probably our move to 40K. We should have been there by now. So whatever has happened has been price suppression. And now we're going to just deal with a lower channel range where we'll be fighting probably in the 20s. But my hope is still that we can fight our way back up, get to the 30,000s and be moving sideways there for a while. Obviously, we're heading toward, fall, winter. Things are a little gloomy in price, a little gloomy in weather. It's historically, winters aren't always our favorite time of year, especially January. So, yeah, it is a little trippy right now to see what we're doing, knowing full well that we're walking into potentially a crypto winter and a halving in May, which is usually what kicks off the bull market about 3 months after. So I hope that we walk into this winter, into next year, a little higher, crack into the 30s, and then spend a lot of time resolving that price range. And then we start to kick off the halving and go sideways for a minute, market's calm, and then we bust up into the fall and late summer and just kick it off. So I still think that's the long-term vision. It's just very skeptical to me. Why are we still fighting at 25K? It's just very weird to me. So anyways, I hope everyone's doing fantastic, doing your push-ups and sit-ups, turning the shower water cold at the end of your shower. Make sure you guys are staying healthy out there, and we'll be putting up more content here, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next show. A big announcement: I am opening up a Discord channel. It is open right now. The Discord link is underneath this video right now. You can just go right over to the additional content below the video. You'll see the Discord channel. You'll see my email if you need to reach out for personal consultations. And I'll be announcing more about my partnership and what exactly we're doing in there. We will have some bots and some algos. We will have it all connected to 3 commas, so you can be using a successful product. So look forward to catching you all, even in Discord. And be sure to tag me if you guys are trying to talk to me, because got a lot of chat apps going on. So it's going to be difficult for me to isolate which one's going on without specifically getting tagged. So if you want to join our Discord community, feel free to hop right in, and I'll catch you guys in there. All right, everyone. Have a great evening, and I'll be catching you guys tomorrow. Much love to you all. Peace.